I also want you to picture a scenario where we have our security agencies. Some of them are your relatives as well. Some of them are your brothers and sisters. Young. These young people are also our children.
Yes.
And they have the responsibility of ensuring that there's security in the country, whether within the borders or even internally. They also have to face this. So we also saw unfortunate incidents where also some of the security personnel were injured, harmed, put in harm's way, because the people who said they were protesting transgressed and went beyond what is envisaged in the Constitution and became violent. So there were losses on both sides. There were injuries on both sides. And we also had a few extremists who actually raided police stations and walked away with ammunition. That is not a peaceful protest. That becomes something else. And it needs to be looked at in that context. Because we don't know what will happen. We don't know, they have to start tracking who may have taken those arms, and are they in safe hands, or what kind of hands are they? Because they could be used against somebody else elsewhere. So these are the challenges of some of the things that we were facing a few weeks ago. A judiciary institution was fractured. In Kikuyu area, people went and banned law courts. Now, was it a protest, or was it by design? In the region, there are security challenges. The Horn of Africa is facing a lot of conflicts. It's growing. I don't want to mention names of any individual countries, but it's in the public domain that the Horn of Africa is facing a lot of challenges. And we need to be alive to the fact that if internal security in Kenya collapses, the inflow of the external threats will be a big problem for us. It will be a big problem. So as we talk as a nation, I really want us to appreciate that there is that threat from the region. Several countries are having challenges that are beginning to spill over. There are some issues that I will never disclose, just like that. But they are real threats. The same security that you vilify. When I say you, not you, but that is vilified by some of our own.
Yes.
If I were to tell you the reports I get every morning of how many terrorist attempts they have foiled every night, every other day, you will be shocked that they are doing so much. There are some people who don't sleep so that you can sleep. To put it plainly, there are Kenyans who don't sleep so that you can get sleep. They are always making sure that our borders and any awkward movement is being thwarted every other day. So we need to have a very robust conversation as Kenyans, both externally and internally. We need to have a very genuine conversation so that we can come together, we can talk to these issues, and we can help each other. Because at the end of the day, nobody will love Kenya more than the Kenyans themselves.
Okay, good.
IEBC, we have just constituted the new IEBC. Kenya is full of litigation. It has been a long journey, but I can say confidently that hopefully the final issue that is pending will be resolved by the judiciary, but the IEBC is now in place, and we will talk to them so that the aspirations that you talked about, Mr. Chairman, Albert, can be realized, and we have more Kenyans from the diaspora participating in the democratic process of the country. Kenyans in the diaspora are now remitting just close to $1 trillion shillings to Kenya. That is not a joke. It may be in small doses. Wanasema haba na haba wafanya nini? Wajaza kibaba. It may be in small doses, sometimes to our siblings, to our relatives, and not only, but cumulatively, it is huge. And it's hitting that figure that I'm just telling you. And Kenya's foreign exchange reserves are now just below 5 months cover. So Kenya has got that, and that means in foreign reserves, Kenya is holding close to $11 billion in terms of foreign exchange reserves. That helps in stabilizing the shilling and so forth. So that's a good side. To the extent that we are now seriously discussing about having a diaspora bond, so that Kenyans can, with these resources, including yourselves here, you can be mainstreamed into investment instruments that can support the development of infrastructure in your own country. For instance, an infrastructure bond, but it is diaspora based, which can even help us build a new Jomo airport. It can help us do something else on rural electrification. It can help us do something about increasing the power generation in our country. You know, an infrastructure bond from the diaspora dedicated to infrastructure.